Hello. Um, Order of Magnitude put out this post and it was sharing Cecil's video. I'm not going to go through the video because it's boring as fuck. But this is Cecil's video. Is Spirit Talker a real paranormal app or false? A real paranormal app or false? Tupac and Biggie, whatever. When it comes to the paranormal and when it comes to ITC, Cecil always has to talk about celebrities. You know, because he's a clout chaser. I'll say. Order wrote before the post, imagine believing Tupac and Biggie regularly are in contact with you, and because it's paid for. Yeah, he actually said that this was a paid for app, so it has to be real kind of thing. That's what he was kind of implying. Paid for random word generator is probably going to be a real way to talk to intelligence. The disappointment for him, I mean, those ghost TV shows use this so much. Be authentic, right? I mean, yeah, and I was tagged on it. Cecil says that he is not a follower, he's a leader. What is the most popular app with these paranormal goons like Sam and Cody and Kobe or whatever his name is, and all these other fucking cloud chasers? It's the Spirit Talker app. I'm not, as I says, I'm not going to play it because I'm not fucking interested. I've already watched it once, and it's 18 minutes and 11 seconds that I won't get back, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm going to read the comment. I sometimes write a book when I get into a ranty mode. Yes, I was going to say something about this video. This is Cecil doing so-called research. You picked up on the app being very popular with the big paranormal goofballs. Even if Cecil says many times that he's not a follower, he's a leader. So he's going to make up his mind if the random word generator app works or not in 18 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, I go on to say, I go on to explain how long some of these things need to be tested for. I used to use a popular word generator alongside a Spirit Box the odd time years ago. It ended up being a funny game. When a word came up, I have to make the word fit the location I'm in. Or fit the location I'm in, which turned out to be really funny, but I didn't take it serious. Why is my random words generator attractive? That's relevant to me, actually. There we go. And I did turn this on in the middle of this writing this comment, and the words that came out is really relevant to Cecil. Where am I? I didn't take it serious. In this video, Cecil shows us how he thinks ITC works, yet he's asked. In this video, Cecil shows how he thinks ITC works. Yes, he asks any spirits to come through in this particular video, but mainly focus on people like Tupac and Biggie and Michael Jackson for good measure. He has this impression that all he has to do is call out those names and he gets contact. I tried advising him to why not just do sessions and let the communicators speak. Any communicators. It's not all about trying to connect with one or two famous people. Then he loses his mind, goes live, and slips out that he does famous people's sessions because it gets him views. He asked, am I going to spend all that time doing sessions and not getting views just because I've got a moral compass? You know, he figured out he outed himself as a cloud chaser and he deleted the video. He knew then he messed up and deleted the video. Most of us try to communicate with loved ones offline, and a lot of people say as much as they tried, they can't prove that contact was made. I got distracted by my word generator, which I can't turn off for some reason. The contact. Since 2017, I was doing sessions, some great, some crap, proving they can see objects, colours and numbers. But even after all that time, I have no clue who these communicators are. I have the usual Dave and Ed. Ed comes up an awful lot in my sessions, nearly almost every session. But it doesn't matter how many times I ask the questions that prove who they are, that information doesn't come, and very often the communicators stop altogether. The communication stops altogether. Cecil wants to prove this app in 18 minutes. I got sent a spirit box that I can keep, but test as well. That test has been going on for 12 months. Huff's guitar pedal setup in its raw form that I'm testing, that's been going on for 2 years. I was sent a word generating physical device, which is here, which I can't turn off for some flipping reason, of the Paratech app. That's another 6 to 12 months testing, and Cecil can make up his mind in 18 minutes. And in the case of the Ouija board, 1 minute, and wants us to take him seriously. Yes, he done a video some time ago. He done a 1 minute video with the Ouija board, and he wanted the spirits to move the planchette without him touching it. So we just basically put the board on, put the planchette on it, and spirits move that. If you don't move that, this is fake. And that was basically the video. That's Cecil doing research. And how, then he wants us to take us seriously. To take him seriously. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, you got the rants in the kitchen, and then you got the paranormal. And I'm into the paranormal. But I'm not interested in watching his stuff because he doesn't have that logical sense of thinking outside the box or being skeptic in any way. He just fucking follows what he sees on the TV. He's mad into these TV shows. Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes they're very entertaining, but that's about it. Last paragraph, and this is to do with this little device here. LOL, while writing this, it reminded me to take out the word generator device and charge it up and run it for a while. First word, deranged. Second word, disagreeable. Third word, doubt. All three words can be connected to what I'm talking about in relation to Cecil, especially the first word, deranged. LOL. He found the fourth word was holiday, which I need after watching Cecil's videos. This guy is a clown, which you already know at this point. Do you know, there's nothing, you know, you've got all these different hobbies and stuff, you know, raps, beats, which I'm not interested in, and they seem to sound the same. Gold prospecting, which he rarely does. Rants in his kitchen, which he does a lot. And the paranormal, which I'm passionate about, but I'm completely uninterested in what Cecil has to say, because he throws around the word research, you know, to make himself sound smart, and then proves that he isn't smart when he makes the videos. You know? So I'm not going to go through the video because I'm not interested. Cecil thinks, well, when you turn on a spirit box and you call out for a famous person, that you automatically engage in contact. That's not the way that's not the way it's been working for the last 20 years. It's not. Do you know? Do you know, even Marcello Bacci, you know, every week used to go to the village hall with and he had a military style big wooden radio, and a lot of people would gather in the village hall. They didn't charge them or anything like that. He didn't make money. And actually a lot of people actually don't even know who Marcello Bacci is. But a lot of people that would gather every week, a lot of those people would have lost children, husbands, wives, mothers, fathers, you know, loved ones. Now, it wasn't a case of, you know, I'm going to pick you, I'm going to try and contact your husband, your dead husband. It wasn't like that. He just sat down and he started fiddling with the knob until he got the communication coming through, and then he would just slightly adjust it and that. And a voice would come through, and he wouldn't know who it is. And then somebody in the crowd would go, "That's my son. He's after saying some keywords that only me and him know. That's my son." That's the way it works. He didn't just, "I'm going to call out for your son, your husband." That's not the way it worked way back then, you know. And as much as, you know, Steve Huff, his channel is based on calling out to celebrities and stuff, I don't see 100% proof that this can happen. You know, I could be wrong. I don't want to be surrounded by yes people, but this kind of what YouTube is generating in the line of the paranormal, it's generated a lot of people that go down the same lines without asking questions. Well, I'm following this guy, maybe Steve Huff, who has over 1 million subscribers. I'm going to follow him without question, because he must be doing something right, because he's got 1.8 million subscribers without asking questions. That has generated people to think that you can turn on a spirit box and I'm going to talk to Michael Jackson, and then snippets of radio come out and they try making it fit their narrative. Do you know? That's why since 2017 I've never asked for a celebrity, a famous person once. Never, ever once. You know, my focus is on turning on communication and letting these communicators come in. And, you know, very often I don't make a song and dance about it. I'm going to say, you know, I need clarification that you can hear me and we have contact. Can you say hello Sam, hi Sam, say hello to me, then I know you can hear me. And next thing, hi Sam, hello Sam, blah blah blah, and I go, flipping hell. You know what I mean? You ask the fundamental questions, who they are, where they're from, all that kind of stuff. You might as well turn the box off, because they're just... my experience is, you ask these fundamental questions, they don't seem to be allowed to answer these questions. I don't know. But they can recognize colours, numbers, objects you pick in your hand, the colour of your clothes, if you've your dog sitting beside you, if you ask... there was one session where I said, can you see me? I can see you. And I said, what is sitting beside me right now? And it was my dog. And then it just says, dog. And I grabbed the camera and I pointed down at the dog. I said, the dog's sitting beside me. There is communication, but it's muddied by people that don't do research. They follow other people, and they very often follow other people down the wrong path. YouTube actually doesn't really suit the paranormal. It's about getting views, it's about getting clout, it's about getting attention. And this is how the paranormal has been twisted around to generate views and attention. And it's a sad thing, but this is one of the one of the victims of that, Cecil, who says he's not a follower, he's a leader. He's a follower, 100%. And he is not the only one. There's loads and loads of people out there that just follow along, don't do research, yet can throw the word around research to make themselves sound smart. You cannot test an app, you cannot test a device in 18 minutes. It just doesn't happen. There's no way. Even with locations, ghost hunting and stuff, people go, Saturday night they'll go to a haunted castle or whatever. The next week they'll go somewhere else. They're not willing to go back to the haunted castle and go there 6 weeks in a row, because their audience will get bored. There was a building on an army camp that we got paranormal evidence. It was like fishing. We caught fish in this lake, in this building. And the next week, where are we going to go ghost hunting this weekend? We were going to go back to the place where we got the flipping contact last week. I don't care if the fucking audience get bored. I want more evidence. And we had 6 episodes of the same flipping building getting evidence, getting contact. And then one Saturday night after the investigation, I wake up Sunday morning to find out that somebody came in after we were gone and burnt the flipping place down. Very, very disappointing, but if that place did not burn down, I would have just kept going back and getting more and more evidence, and that would be the investigation. Not just one night for 3 or 4 hours on a Saturday night. A number of Saturday nights for 3 or 4 hours each night. All of that combined would give you a lot of data and a lot of information. Sadly, it didn't happen. It didn't really happen because the place burnt down. And then I had health issues and stuff like that. I couldn't find that one place that I could do a long-term 6 to 12 month investigation on. I couldn't. But that's not the way YouTube works. People tune in on a Saturday night to see you live or whatever, and they're expecting a different location the next week. But if you're in it get the research, you don't mind repeating tests over and over again, or repeating locations, you know. But that's it on Cecil. You know, myself and even Order of Magnitude has often given him advice about paranormal. You know, not that we're saying no, we're experts or anything, because nobody is. But Cecil doesn't listen to anybody at all, you know. And to try to make up your mind about an app in 18 minutes, but come to the conclusion that it's real at the beginning because he paid for the flipping app. You know, I paid for Netrophonic. Do you know the Netrophonic app? That other app that fucking, oh my gosh, fucking Cody and Sam or whatever, Sam and Cody, all those people, oh, the Netrophonic guys, you know, we're going to have communication. I bought it and I thought it was shit. Do you know? I'm not a fan of apps unless I know where the banks are coming from and how the app actually works. I'll mess around with my system here and reverse radio audio, or maybe radio or audio from an interview on YouTube or whatever, and then chop the shit out of it, reverse it, and chop it some more, and then you know, muck around with the speeds and that. I don't need to buy an app. I don't. Do you know? And in doing that, you can try and prove whether communications comes through radio transmission or the manipulation of audio. You know, you can come to that some sort of conclusion. Now, you know, people like Steve Hupp that now has turned from spirit box to apps would come to the conclusion that spirits use audio to speak to you, not the radio transmission from a conventional spirit box. You know, but that is his theory. It's up to you to do your own investigation, your own theories on that. It's the same thing with my system here that has noise gate, reverb, delay, all that kind of stuff. Steve Huff. You know, we can say that, you know, sticking these pedals onto the side of an amplifier and selling it for a couple of grand or $7 grand and that is fucking distortion. Yes, it is. Is the method legit? No, I had made videos before calling them out for the distortion price on, you know, music making equipment stuck onto, and then fancy lights and stuff onto an amplifier. But in order to prove that if the method actually works or not, rather than, you know, listen to Order of Magnitude or anybody else that was calling him out at the time, I had to do the tests myself, and that took, you know, currently about 12 months of them at this moment. And with a conventional spirit box, you can alter your tones, and you can. It's great that way, you know. And yeah, it can be a useful tool. But I had to learn for myself. I wasn't going to take other people's word for it, you know. But that is basically it. When it comes to Cecil and an ITC, Cecil doesn't know anything about history, doesn't know about Annabella Cardoso, Marcello Bacci, any of those people. There is tons of books out there. Annabella Cardoso has a series of books. She even done a journal on Frederick Jurgensen and Marcello Bacci and a couple of people like that. A lot of flipping great information that you're not just going to get from just watching YouTube videos. Yes, if you can't read very well, doing research on YouTube is the best way to go if you're not a very good reader. And you know, I'm not a brilliant reader in that, but I do have a number of books in that. But in order to get to the research, you have to go back into history, and sometimes it's hard to get it on YouTube because it's not at the top of the fucking Google search, if you know what I mean. Because YouTube has turned fucking the paranormal into this, what we have today, a shit show. ITC, it's about, call out the name and the fucking communication's going to come through. So anything that comes through, they're going to try and link it to the person they're talking about, like Michael Jackson and all these people and that, without actually going in deep and doing tests, taking that time. Everything has to happen right now. No. It's not the way it works. Do you know? And to me, a lot of people say, oh, the Spirit Box, the hack radio and that, it's old fashioned and we use apps now. You need to get with the times. No, I don't actually, because the Spirit Box, the tests are still ongoing. It's the hacked radio has been, the tests have been going on for over 20 years. And we still haven't come up with the concrete, scientific flipping 100% concrete evidence, of how it works, how it happens, how the communication happens. Nobody answered that question. So why would people say, oh, the Spirit Box is obsolete? We're going on to apps now. But when it comes to this, there's this long rivalry between apps and Spirit Box. If you're going to use an app, you need to know what way it works, how it works. Does it pick up the microphone, etc.? Can you see the raw banks? Most of the time, in fact, in my whole experience of going through some of these apps, I couldn't get to the raw banks. Do you know? Have you got the technology to look inside this app and see how it works and stuff like that? If you don't know what the device does. It's like somebody going ghost hunting and walking around with an EMF meter, and because it lights up, it's automatically a ghost. No, it's EMF. And an EMF could be of many sources. Do you know? So many people just following some of these channels on YouTube, and because they're massive channels, they have to be good. It's not necessarily the case. I mean, you talk again about Marcello Bacci. Hardly anybody in ITC knows who Marcello Bacci is. Yet, he was fundamental in instrumental transcommunication when it came to direct voice radio. Do you know? And yes, I know he spoke Italian and that, but there was enough there to prove that he was doing something absolutely special. Do you know? But I'm going to leave that one for now. I don't know if Cecil's going to come up with another video or anything like that. No, he called out Shredder. Saying that he took a video of him and his daughter, the driving incident. Cecil was teaching the daughter to drive for the first time. He only used the audio. And even if he didn't speak, he still reacted to that video. But he didn't use the video, he only used the audio. So Cecil's scraping the bottom of the barrel again. But most people are following Cecil for the kitchen rats. I'm passionate about the paranormal, and yet I never look forward to Cecil doing a Spirit Box session or any of these so-called experiments. I have watched it this morning, But I just felt it was 18 minutes and 11 seconds that I just wasted my time. You know? It just proved to me over and over again that Cecil does not lead, he follows. 100%. But I'm going to leave it for now because for a change, it's not raining and I need to do some work on my car, so that's what I'm going to go do. But thanks for watching, folks. Talk to you soon.